If you clicked on this video, you're probably looking to improve at fighting games, and that's awesome. Hopefully I can help you with that. In my experience as a gamer, one that has played many genres quite extensively, such as FPS games, MOBAs, RTS games, and many more, I have to say fighting games are a genre that is definitely hard to pick up. However, from my experience being a consistent fighting game player for the better part of the last 2 years, reaching between the high and top ranks of a few of my favorite titles, I'm here to help you guys learn how I learned to play fighting games so you too can reach your goals, or simply just learn to play with your friends at a more solid, competent, but casual level. In the coming days and weeks, expect more videos going over specific topics on improving on particular things that I think are simple to understand but highly effective once implemented properly. But today I'll just be going over a few things in a general sense. Okay, first thing, I would say don't prioritize learning optimal combos that you see top level players pulling off or practicing in training mode. I believe that this is a trap that can suck many hours away from time that you could be spending learning to play in a more effective way, especially at your level. Not to say that combos aren't important, or that they don't do anything important, and if just labbing combos and learning to do a cool combo or hopefully pull one off one day to show your friend or just to impress yourself is what you want to do, then by all means do what you enjoy. But I believe that a lot of newer players think that combos are key to becoming a good player when at a lower level. It's simply not true. The first things I would learn and make sure you get down are what ranges your buttons are good in. In a game like Guilty Gear, you usually want to get comfortable with your character's far/slash range and get good at poking with it and converting into a special move or super. In a game like Street Fighter, you'll want to learn your best poke and best button to special cancel into. Learning these things are key as a beginner to build up the ability to start learning combos and what you should do when you get certain hits. Also learn your best block strings as you're not going to always be hitting and turning it into damage. You'll still want to take your hits and turn it into an advantageous situation where it's possible that will lead to getting hits that turn into damage. Okay, second thing, and I'm sure you've heard this one on any other video that you've ever watched, but it's super important. Learn your anti-airs and what to do when you get them. So I'm sure if you spent any amount of time playing online matches, you've recognized by now how much people love to jump in any fighting game. Not only does it make it harder for weaker opponents to hit you, but it also enables you to land a jump and attack that can add on another grounded attack and add up to some strong damage. But there is a counter, anti-airs. I think every newer or intermediate player absolutely needs to learn how to anti-air at least consistently, as it's just free damage waiting to be dealt in your matches. First thing you need to do is learn your best anti-air option, generally your most consistent one. Say you're playing Ryu in Street Fighter, your most consistent anti-air will be your Shoryuken, or DP as I'll call it. This may be tough to drill in and improve on new matches, but even landing one or two Shoryuken anti-airs in a match is a great way to start playing effectively. Or say you're playing Guilty Gear, every character has a dedicated anti-air normal called a 6B or forward punch. This is a great button to learn to use, as counter hit 6P, which will occur pretty frequently if you're using it to stop jump-ins, can convert to some pretty considerable damage. Practicing this is pretty simple. You can practice it a bit in training mode, but I think the most effective place to learn something like anti-airs is in a real match, as it's not just about being able to do the input, but being able to do the input with the mental stack of everything else in the match. So get out there and get to anti-airing. Okay, for my third and final thing, watch better players and ask questions when possible. This more applies to an intermediate player than a beginner, but watching better, more experienced players will show you plenty of good ideas for how you should be approaching situations in your game and with your character, and how to use certain moves more effectively. For example, maybe you're struggling at converting a hit that you're getting often in your matches into a good situation. Look and see what a high level player does when they get that hit. For all you know, they could be turning what is a super common scenario for you into a big sequence that does a lot of easy damage and gets them in a good position to keep applying pressure. And if there's something you see them doing and you're not sure of why they're doing it, as it may not be getting them immediate damage or results, ask questions. If you have a chance to ask them directly, that's the best way to get insight. But asking questions on an uploaded replay match will often get responses by another knowledgeable player, which can be just as helpful. Knowledge in fighting games is essential, as it's hard to know what you should be doing until you learn what all is effective and how to cover the basics. So watching guides, replays, and asking questions are all infinitely helpful and will increase your speed in picking up fighting games tremendously. Anyways, I hope this has all been helpful to you as a player, or at least some of it, and you got some decent advice to go forward with. I wish to see you all doing well and improving at a steady rate. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll be there to respond in the best way I can. If this video maybe doesn't apply to you, but you know someone that might benefit from the video, do me a favor and share it. I would really appreciate that. Anyways, I hope all of y'all enjoyed the video. Like if you did, and subscribe if you wish to see more in the near future. Have a great rest of your day.